obviously they'll be able to stop it, I think, as far as the influx of new immigrants, but are they going to be able to get rid of the massive amount of criminals and dangerous immigrants in America?
They're not going to do anything about it. I mean, that was the number one issue that Trump was elected on. That's the number one concern on everybody's mind, that and the economy. But they're not going to do anything about it. You know, they're just talking. Again, it's the appeasement. They're trying to appease people, so because they're all getting riled up about this. Like they passed in the House or the Senate, they passed the Lake and Riley Act. So it's essentially, we will deport any violent criminal who murders somebody. So that's great. So if they violently murder one of us, then they'll deport them. So, you know, that's definitely a win for us. But that's about the best we can expect from them. That's pretty much, I expect to get probably more immigration in this election than ever before because, you know, Elon Musk, he has all his agendas. And, you know, to be honest, I can't believe I'm ever saying this, but I agree with Bernie Sanders. And he's been speaking about this since like 10 years ago. He was talking about how these H-1B visas, they're going to kill the middle class. They're going to kill the working person. And it's just to line the pockets of the elites. And that's exactly what we're seeing happening right now with like Elon Musk. He needs these, you know, he needs the cheap labor, the slave labor from these other countries to replace American labor because we expect to work normal hours. We expect to get a decent wage because we got to make it. So we're probably going to see, we might be lucky to have violent criminals deported, but that's the best we're going to get. And then we're going to get flooded with Indians and other high quality immigrants.
Yeah, so it's not, I guess, a case of stopping immigration, it's just changing it.
Right.
But also, I guess that does create the culture issues too, because even you have flooded, say, with Indians, that creates a different culture. I always find interesting living in Asia is that, like in China, would never allow themselves to be flooded that Chinese become a minority in their own country. India certainly wouldn't tolerate or accept it. And I live in Indonesia. I'm a guest here, so I behave as a guest. I'm an immigrant. So it's not my business or right to go around trying to undermine the political structure, create a political revolution, or change their ideology, or etc. So it's not really my business. I'm a guest, and I'm okay with that. But obviously, this mass immigration being pushed, of course, we know Soros, etc., were behind a lot of it. Is really about changing the culture of America. And if you lose your culture, what does America have left?
Right. Well, and you're replacing it with people that are from cultures where they're used to being subjugated. They're used to being slaves. They're used to living in horrible conditions and having no rights. And so when you change the culture with that, when you inundate our culture that's used to freedoms and human rights and, you know, and not having people tell us what to do. And we've got this naturally rebellious nature in us. That's kind of what set America apart. When you change that and water that down, you're making a populace that's easy to control. And that's the point. Because the American spirit, that's very strong. And that's something that they know, you know, they could set us off any minute and then it's, you know, it's over for them. However, if they dilute the culture completely by bringing in people who, you know, are from garbage countries, they can ruin the culture. You know, they intermarry with everybody. They just dilute that culture. And it's not just because I know Ben Shapiro loves to say that, you know, America is just a culmination of thoughts and ideas. It's not people. No, America is the American people, same as Australia is the Australian people, you know, and it's that spirit. You love your country. You have this, you know, there's different traditions in different areas. And when you bring in a lot of people from countries that have conflicting, you know, morals and worldviews than you're diluting that culture and you're making it easy to control because these are people that are easy to control. Even Europeans, they come from a place where they've been so, you know, beaten down by the government with socialism and stuff like that, that they come here and they're amazed at the freedom that they sense here. And this is with us being diluted as much as we already are. So I think you bring in more people, that spirit's just gone.